investing. So today, guys, back in the studio again. Want to come back on and talk to you guys once again. And great topic for today is like, what is the best investment that you can make? Like, what is it? Does anybody know what the best investment you can make? The best. What is the best? The number one best investment you can make. Now, let me hold on. I gotta get up and get my drink because I forgot to get my drink. Got my old drink here. All right. So, does anybody know? If you do, or if you think you know, comment in the comment section down below. Because I think this makes a great topic. I'm not going to be here very long because I have another video I want to do. So, if you think you know what the best investment that you can make, comment down below. And I'm not talking about Pokemart. So, if you're like 151, no. All right. What's the best investment you can make? I'm going to give you a terminology or a quote that was made by Warren Buffett. And Warren Buffett said, someone is sitting in the shade today because someone planted a tree a long time ago. Now, what I'm doing today is hopefully I'm going to help plant some seeds. So the seeds are in the format of a tree. So the seeds I plant today with people that want to get into investing are going to be the seeds. All right, that have the mind and the want to know how to get into investing into the, whatever stage of. This is a Pokemon channel. All right, along with gaming channel. But, whatever form of investing you want to get into, I want to be able to plant the seed today so someone can be sitting in the shade tomorrow, some time from now. And when I say some time from now, it takes a long time for that tree to grow, right? If the tree turns out as a seedling, small tree, and then it grows and it flourishes, right? So it's going to take a while for that tree to grow. Same thing with investing. You plant seeds out, you invest in stuff, and hopefully you're going to watch it prosper. You want to see it grow. So same thing. I want to plant seeds today. My seeds is my knowledge that I know. I'm just throwing seeds out to people who want to plant their own tree. All right. So Warren Buffett said, someone is sitting in the shade today because someone planted a seed a long time ago in the form of a tree. So, that holds true to our life. We plant seeds and we flourish, right? We invest in the Pokemon. We invest in the stock market. We invest in the 401ks for our, retirement plan. And these are, investing in Pokemon and in stock market and in commodities and collectibles and stuff is a risk, and it's a form of another, kind of like investment for your portfolio, for building, for whatever you're going to do, saving for a vacation or for that rainy day, whatever, right? So, going off my notes here, with any investment, like I told you guys, like with any investment, you can start with as little, with very little money. All right, you can start with $5, $10, $20, and you're hoping to take the $5 to $10, $20 that you put into budgeting, right? Budgeting, because I always taught you guys, try to teach you guys about budgeting. Starting on a budget, you put a certain amount of money each week, every month, into Pokemon, right? So, same thing with investing. You start on. You can start with as little money. You know, you don't have to be. It doesn't have to be $100. Doesn't have to be $800. Doesn't have to be $1,000. You can start with very little money, and with that money, as an investor, right? As you're investing, you're hoping that you can expedite growth into that $10 turning into $20, and the $20 turning into 40, and the 40 into 100, and over time, right? That's where the whole terminology of investing into Pokemon and into the stock market, you're hoping that your initial investment for whatever you put into whatever you're investing into, that asset grows, right? So that's what we're doing. So here you can start with as little money in this hobby, Pokemon related, or in any other investment. You can start with very little money, all right, hoping to flourish it, right, to make it grow. The question is not how much to invest, right? It's how to invest. Like, some of you guys coming into this market, you have no idea. Like, I see on different channels, things come up. What should they ask? Like Eli, Pokemart USA. I think Nostalgianomics even gets the same kind of thing. Like, they would ask, like, what's the best investment? Well, I mean, would you buy? Would you buy this? What should I buy? Some of you guys come in, you have no idea, like, you're clueless as to what to buy and what to put your money in. And then you would ask the questions on, do you think if I bought this card, or if I bought this ETB, or if I bought this booster box, is it a good buy at this price? Is it a good investment? And none of us YouTubers are financial advisors. We're not. We're actually risk takers. All right. We are taking risk. We're going to assume the risk. But high risk. That's what it is. It's a high risk, high reward. And for those that want to take that leap, can take the leap. All right. But you can do it on any budget. Any budget you can invest into Pokemon, and then work it up. Okay, work it up to any number or amount of money that you want to fully invest. All right. So I want to use these. So I have my notes over here, so I'm looking over my notes. If you had $800 and your goal would be to put it into something lucrative, right? The same thing like when we invest into the booster boxes at $100, we're hoping to get it at a certain price, whether it's $100, $800, whatever, right? We want to get it, and we are hoping to get it enough product. Like, some of us buy more than one booster box, some of us buy multiple, some of us buy a case. We are investing into sets that we are hoping that it will go up in price. So when you invest in stock market, you looking at the Wall Street analysis, you're talking about investing into the stock market. You want to make the money work for you. So you're trying to format a formula on a winning system, like where's your money's best going to be played. So when you look at the stock market without knowing how to read stocks, right, it's hard to judge. So this is where the knowledge that you're going to gain from people on YouTube that are talking about this investing into Pokemon, this is how you guys are going to get we are your information train, okay? Everyone that is out there that is investing into Pokemon products, has a channel and is promoting investing, we are your information trains. So, you know, you want to take the money that you are willing to put into any investment, whether it's stock market, Wall Street, CDs, or wherever. You want that money to work. All right, you want it to work. I mean, if you were looking at your 401k and you didn't believe that your 401k money was going to go up, wouldn't you want to take that money out of that index fund or whatever that thing is? You would go to your HR office, right, and talk to your human resource lady and say, hey, look, how come my 401k isn't doing anything, right? How come it's staying stagnant? How come my money's not moving, right? You would have questions about why your money isn't moving in money that's coming out of your paycheck, right? So same thing. I see why questions come up in channels. It's the people that are just trying to get an idea and get the feeling of how to invest. And the best thing I can tell you is keep watching channels that are talking about it, because the more knowledge you gain is gonna be more success you're gonna have. All right. If you're not watching channels that are talking about this investing, you're not gonna have the know-how to go through the ropes. You're not gonna be able to navigate through this system. You'll think you know, but you're gonna be on the losing end of the stick, because you're gonna be making some different uncalculated decisions, making some wrong moves. And even me, to this day, I'm making some different moves. All right, different moves in what I used to collect for investing. I'm not doing anymore. All right, but ideally, monies that you put into this hobby, or money that you put into any investment, right? You want to put it into something that is lucrative, that it's going to flourish, right? Because, you know, that's what investing is a part of. You're hoping that it's going to go. And it's not where you're looking for a fast return, all right? Because in the stock market, you're not looking for a quick return, all right? You're not looking for that quick return. In stocks, it's more of a 10-year term before you're actually seeing a large return on anything. Because through that whole tenure of you buying your stock at 10 cents on Amazon, buying Amazon stock. I'm not saying Amazon stock is 10 cents. Don't get me I'm not saying that. I'm just saying if you got in at Amazon when Amazon first came into the scene and you bought in an Amazon stock at 10 cents and you got into it for a long term, all right? Long-term mindset. The market's going to go up and down, up and down, up and down before it finally balances out. It's going to be in a longer term where it actually is going to be, you know, more lucrative. It's going to be more, the money that is made is going to be better positioned, if that makes the right wording for it. You're going to see a better return in the longer run than in a shorter term, while the stock is going all over the place. Usually it's a longer term in the stock market that you see a better return on your money that is going into the stock market than on a shorter term, all right? On Pokemart, you will see gains through its tenure of the whole time from when it released. You'll see ups and downs, spikes, then downs, spikes, then downs, spikes and downs. And some products will have their variables where, like, you look at Evolving Skies, right? Evolving Skies, 2 years, $430 a box, $2,000 something a case. There will be some ones that some ones that are better to put in, better money to put in, and that's what I like about the Pokemart. You're able to read the market a little better than stock market. You're able to, not going to say gauge it, but you're able to read the sets, the cards better, because based on the demand, you can see the physical cards on what cards make up the set, how many cards are valued at X amount of dollars, and you can see actually what the sets have in them that will keep people coming back. Unlike the stock market, it's hard to get involved with that because I'm not part of the stock exchange. I really don't know nothing about stock market. All right, I know more about investing into Pokemon, so I'm just using the stock market as examples. But if you were, when you put money into the stock market, and just using this terminology, if you put $800 in the stock market for 1 year at a 20% gain, you're gonna in 1 year for 1 year. So you put $800 in the stock market, invested $800. All right, for 1 year at 20% return. In the 1 year, at the end of the 1 year term, you would have gained $160 in that return. Now, if you had, and that's high risk because you don't know what the market's going to do. It could go up, it can go down, it can, you can lose your money altogether, and end up with Zach. Because if everybody pulls out, then that stock is worth less than what you initially got in for, and it just ain't worth what you put in. So you could totally lose in the stock market. It's a really high risk. But if you put the same money in a bank, like your savings account, checking account, whichever one has interest, but we're going to use like a savings account because if you have $800 in a savings account, and I'm going to use this 0.42% interest rate, and that's compounded for a year. All right, because that's how banks give you your dividends. You give you your percentage, right? They give it on you a year. If you put $800 in a bank at 0.42% for 1 year, you would have gained, versus in the stock market, $160 in 1 year. Granted, that stock flourishes, right? And you're getting 20%. You're going to get a guaranteed 0.42% on your $800 at a lower risk because you're not going to lose $800 in the bank. All right, there's no way you're going to lose $800 with your money in a savings account. You're going to walk away with the minimum of your $800 in there, but you have the gains of 0.42%, which comes out to, in a year's time frame, $3 is what you would have gained with $800 being in the bank versus being in the stock market where you could have got $160 in the year. So let me go on with this term. If you parking your money in the bank, you're going to become wealthy, then I think you need to think again, because you never will gain financial freedom with your money being left in the bank at interest rates that the bank is giving you. It won't happen, guys. It won't happen. It'll never happen. You have to create that wealth first, and then you can leave some monies in the bank and gain interest while you're putting monies elsewhere to build financial freedom and build more success and build more monies, right? So with making better judgments where to park your money at. So what I like to do is park my money into assets and into, they're a liability. They're a liability, and some of it's a high risk liability, but I rather take the risk in what I'm doing than put it in stock market or put it in a CD. I rather invest it into Pokemon because I believe it is lucrative. And it's I learned to navigate the market with using online and eBay and everything to gain success and grow wealth. But giving you another percentage, if you put your money in a CD account, now CDs are a little better than having your money in the bank. All right, you get the rate may be higher than what I'm quoting at, but I'm going to use a 1.72% as the formula for your rate of return of $800 in a CD. All right? And if you left it in there, if in CDs you have to leave your money in for 4 years. You can't go to the bank. You can go to your bank, like if you left the $800 in the bank, you can go borrow against that, but your 0.42% is still going to be on whatever money's in there, right? That's the set bank percentage on what they're going to give you on your return. But in a CD, you're on there, you're at a set rate at 1.72% or whatever it may be on a CD. All right, and it's locked in for 4 years. All right, you're locked. You got that money, that $800 parked into the CD for 4 years. All right, in 4 years. And if you want to get the money, say, hey, I need to get this money out of here, then you pay a penalty, which is fees on top of the money that you're taking out of here. You're going to pay a penalty for withdrawing earlier than the 4 years. But if you left the money in there for the 4-year tenure, right? Then, and this is in a CD versus the money being in a bank account. In the bank, you would only have got $3 on your $800 in the bank, right? At 0.42%, you would have got $3 if it was in the bank. In a CD, if you left your money in there, you would have got $1,055 for 4 years. All right? And that's 4 years in there. Now, if you had put your money into the stock market, all right, stock market is a longer term. So in the stock market, 7%, just giving you different variables, 7% for 10 years, all right, 10 years in the stock market, leaving your $800 in a stock, all right, for 10 years. So 10 whole years, your $800 in that stock, all right? And the stock is going up, down, all over the place. But at the end of the 10 years, on an $800 investment in the stock market, now it could be different based on where your $800 is going, because the stocks can double split and all that stuff. So depends on what stock market you're in, what stock you bought into what corporation, all right? The money may be different, but I'm just using an $800 increment as your initial investment. So if you put $800 into the stock market for 10 years, all right, you would have made $1,055. I mean, $1,574. So a little bit of a return that's better than the CD. And it's a higher risk because, you know, it's in the stock market. You don't know. It can go up and down depending on what part or what company you had put that $800 in. Stock would vary. We're just gauging you with different variables. All right? Now, if you haven't guessed yet what the best investment you can make by now, based on, we're talking where to put money at, right? We're talking about, well, the best investment for money. Is it in a bank? Is it in a stock market? Is it in a CD? Or is it in a stock market? We're not talking about that kind of investment. The best investment that you can make that ultimately will supersede those other ones, because without yourself being involved in those investments, the investments aren't even going nowhere, because it's going to take you to propel those investments, right? It's you that's going to be putting monies into those investments, right? So ultimately, the best investment that you can make today is in yourself. So how do you invest, right? How do you invest in yourself? First, you want to build your skills up, guys. This is some of you guys coming into this market, and I know it's a Pokemart channel, and this is why I'm speaking for myself, because I didn't get from the point of my life where I am now didn't happen overnight. It gradually took turns into me. There was skills, there was things I had to learn. I had to learn people management skills, communication skills, people skills in general helped me out a great deal, because without people skills, how can you make connections? And if you don't know how to talk to people, how can you engage? So for that, you have to develop skills, and you have to develop a mindset, a different mindset than your ghetto, okay? Than your typical, self. You have to learn markets. You never get into a market that you don't understand, right? You never get into a market you don't understand. So before you can invest into a market, like getting involved into putting your money to work for you, you have to invest in yourself, and then understand the market that you're in, that you're going to be investing in. Because I couldn't do the same thing if I go to Wall Street and try to go investing in this Wall Street, because I don't know nothing about the stocks in Wall Street. So it'd be kind of hard for me to say what stocks are going to be good and what stocks. I have no idea about the NASDAQ. All right. So for me, I had to learn. So that is the number one thing for you, is build for invest. The number one investment is in yourself, is to build your skills. Build your skills. Invest in your mind. All right. So as you guys are young investors, a lot of people, especially I think my channel has a lot of people that are 18 to 24 and somewhere in that age group. So you're much younger than me. So you have a lot of time. Some of you guys might be college students. You have a lot of time that you can invest in yourself. And some of you guys going to college, investing in yourself, that's, for whatever you may be wanting to become in life. So you're gaining that, and, for that trade or whatever you're going into. But we're talking about into the skills into investing, all right? Outside of the normal college skills you're going to get for whatever degree you're going to master, right? This is an outside of that, learning to build your skills in the investment level. All right, so build your skills, build your mind. And how do you build your mind? You read books, you watch YouTube videos of people who are investing, and you add value. Because when you get in front of people, right? When you get in front of people on live streams, some of the people that are coming back, they're coming back for a reason. And they're coming back for bits and pieces, or they're coming back for that knowledge. All right? And that's why I said these are seeds that are being planted now. Future investors in Pokemart, future investors in Wall Street, people that are in this community that are going to invest in Pokemart, are thinking about investing in Pokemon, that are going to take the torch that other YouTubers are passing on. They're passing on their knowledge, giving you tutorials, giving you the skills to help you supersede in this spectrum. So this is what I'm doing. I'm deploying things that I have learned, knowledge that I've gained, to people that want to learn these skills, all right, that's going to be able to reset again and engage and then deploy. They're going to be able to plant seeds, so some years from now, someone else can sit under the shade. So this is, outside, and when I was growing up, all right, back in my youthful days, all right, back when I was 25 years old, my mom and my real dad were separated. So my stepfather said, "Hey, Mike, you need to get a trade. You need to, get some skills so you can make it in life." All right, and this is the trade. I took up printing. All right, I took up printing as a life. Chaz says life skills. All right, it's really people skills. So I took a trade. Now, and I also went. I didn't go to college. I went to trade school. All right, it was a trade school that I learned and adapted skills that once I left school, I was able to acquire a job in the trade that I took up while I was in school. So when I was in high school and throughout 10th, 11th, and 12th grade, I took up an apprentice program through a trade tech center. And I adapted skills as how to run printing presses. So I developed skills to run a printing press, which I went from running a $5,000 machine to running a multi-million-dollar machine in Danbury Printing and Litho, Banta Direct Marketing under Danbury Printing and Litho. Years ago, I talked about this in my channel. I actually have the shirts that says Banta Direct Marketing. So I was a pressman, which was, first I started as a journeyman. I was a roll tender. I ran the big rolls that went into the press and went into all the different inks. And then I ran the sheeter. I was a second pressman. And then I was a head pressman where I had people that I had underneath me that I was giving directions to. And I ran a multi-million-dollar press, printing press. Same as the kind of presses that print Pokemart cards. It's the same kind of thing, same kind of concept, because we had a bindery where cards got cut, sheets get cut. We had the bindery, and everything's books got collated together, stitched together, whether it was stapled or whether they were sewn in with thread. So I was all part of that. All part of that big scenario. So I took up this trade. All right. And that was a skill that I have gained outside of school. Because, you get school, you learn stuff in school, and half the stuff you learn today in school, you don't even use when you go. I mean, algebra and all that, I never used that. I never had to worry about social studies, and I'm in a trade. So some of the stuff we learn in school, it doesn't even play part in my life. It doesn't. So we learn this stuff. And I never used division. I couldn't tell you the last time I used division because I'm not in a trade where that is needed. So my mind wasn't set on knowing division. It wasn't set on mathematics skills. Wasn't set on knowing any social studies background or scientific knowledge. It wasn't needed in the skill set that I have gained from going to school for the trade that I took up. So part of the school stuff that I learned, a lot of that stuff went right out the window, and a lot of stuff people even go to college for today, are in ShopRites and stuff working as cashiers and stuff because there's no jobs available for them to use those skills that they acquired. So college, whether it works, it works. If it don't, it don't. I don't know. But, anyway. I learned these skills, guys. It was a trade that I learned, but it wasn't a trade that was for me, all right? But I acquired the trade, and you had to learn the skills, all right? So this is what I'm saying. You got to learn these skills, guys, so you can plant seeds, all right? And the system of recycling itself, you're able to pass on and plant new seeds by deploying information to a following. Okay? So that's where we're here. So I'm giving value back to you guys from knowledge that I gained through investments. All right, investing into Pokemon TCG. And this is knowledge that I didn't have to take any courses. I didn't have to order any CDs online and pay for a session to learn these skills. All right? And to develop the skills. All right? This is, it wasn't paid content or paid books or anything that I bought to learn. This is just gained through freedom of speech, having your own YouTube channel, and other content creators having their own channels that you're able to get on and share knowledge. All right? That for those seeking into this realm of investing into a lucrative market such as Pokemon can gain financial freedom. All right? And I'm not going to sit here and say it's going to happen overnight for you guys, that it's going to happen in 10 years. It depends on the individual. All right? It depends on the individual and how you are gaining information and able to deploy the skills learned. All right? And it's all based on the individual person. All right? And I'm not a financial advisor, guys, so I'm just here speaking on my own behalf, on my own know-how, my own self-gains, from my own personal knowledge. All right? Trying to help people out that want to get into a market, all right, where other markets may not be doing all that great. And some of you guys may be looking, saying, hey, well, Pokemon is a safe haven. If you want to say it's a safe haven, safe haven. But it's a place where those who want to take the risk, there are rewards waiting. All right? There are rewards waiting. And I've seen in this a market here where, in the pandemic, we had many Wall Street investors. Stock market wasn't looking bright. A lot of those people ran to Pokemon TCG and invested into the TCG. All right? So, not saying that Pokemon is the next Wall Street, because it's not. But it's a very lucrative market. There are gains. All right? And it's gains for those that are willing to do their work, do the homework that it's going to take to make it. All right? It's the ones that do the work. Because you just don't, Warren Buffett and Charlie Munger didn't get into the stock market like some of you guys maybe get into this Pokemon thing and saying, in 3 years I'm going to make millions. All right? It was 10 years. Warren Buffett, Charlie Munger, two self-made billionaires from investing in the stock market. That's how they were able to make their money, was in long-term gains. It wasn't in short-term gains of just flipping and dipping, flipping and dipping, flipping and dipping. All right, they made it in long-term gains. And this is where Pokemon, if you look at the gains in the history of Pokemon, just look at where it is, where it was, where it went, where it is now, and where it's still going. There's still strengths in this market that outpace other places that you could be putting money in. And that's including things that I went over. Stock market, banking, into your bank account, whether it's a checking or savings, into your CDs, into your Roth IRAs, into your Bitcoins and your cryptocurrency. Pokemon is outpacing this stuff on a ratio that is greater. Exponential gains over top of those margins that you can get on those platforms. So I'm not saying that this is the all-win be. This is where you should be. All right, that Pokemon is where it's at. You put your money wherever you want, but I'm going to tell you where I'm at. Right? This is where I'm at. I'm in Pokemon. I don't know about Bitcoin. I don't know about stock market. All right? I know about Pokemon TCG because that is where the skill set that I gain, where the knowledge that I'm bringing to this platform, that's where my strengths lie. And I'm going to stay where my strengths lie without trying to go outside of my boundaries to try to reach your audience on a stock market. I don't know nothing about the stock market. We're not talking about stock market here. We're talking about Pokemon as an investment tool. All right, as an investment tool to build a portfolio outside of your savings account, outside of your stock market, outside of your 401k, outside of your Bitcoin, outside of your cryptocurrency. If that's where you're at and you want to come into this area to make gains, is, there's strengths in this market. Where others can say, no, I don't think, the market is soft. Well, you can say whatever, but, while other things are crushing and are crashing, Pokemon is crushing stuff in other areas. And you just got to make sound decisions. And it's not with the mindset of 1 year, 2 year, 3 year. It's 5 to 10 year tenure on these products, booster boxes in general. So that's what I'm here for. And the younger you guys are, the better it is. If you go into the stock market, if you don't plan to own a stock for 10 years, not just 10 minutes. You don't plan to say, 10 minutes I'm going to own this, and as soon as it goes up to 150, I'm flipping it. I'm not saying there's not going to be gains in the stock market where you can make money on that, but you're not going to make it in 10 minutes. So if you're going to invest in the stock market, plan on holding the stock for 10 years. All right? The system is in place for stocks that in 10-year term, that's when you see exponential gains on these, where, in the earlier 1 to 5 years, 1 to 6 years, the stock is still going up and down, up and down, up and down. It's the 10-year tenure is where it's at that you're going to have to play the market for. Same thing with Pokemon. The longer term is where you really see dividends, and you can see dividends earlier than that with some outliers. All right, and there are some gains for sure that you can take in Pokemon. All right, versus the stock market. All right, where there are gains that are going to happen faster than stock market. All right, but the dividends on a greater return is in the TCG. At least that's what I see. All right? And that's about, like I said, I'm not here for a long, drawn-out video. Chaz says, do I research in the names of artists that design the cards? No, I don't do any of that. So, if you divulge your interest into learning skills and learning additional skills outside of what you may have already be doing as a mechanic or whatever, and take on a new skill and a new mindset. The Pokemon TCG is a great market for you to easily adapt to, and come in at any budget. It's not about how much you can invest. It's about how much you can, it's not about how much you can make. It's how you invest. That's the real question, is how you invest. Because how much you invest is that is greatly going to change because of your mindset on what you know. You're going to be able to divulge more because of what you know. And you're going to earn value from people that are giving you that knowledge, that are helping you out along this way. You got so many great content creators out here that are sharing information. It's an information database right here. This is what these investment channels are. An investment tool for you to gain knowledge that you can expedite into the TCG. It's going to help you to persevere and prosper. So I think that's about all I have on that for the best investment. The best investment, you guys, that you can possibly make is in yourself. All right? And once you do that, once you truly invest in yourself by getting your mind educated, all right, so it can elevate you to the next level, so you can, you can create a formula, and it's investing in the TCG through simple concepts. Very, very easy market to navigate if you have the right mind for it. So you have to train yourself, guys. You really invest in yourself, guys. Invest in yourself. All right? That's about it for today. This is about it what I have. I wanted to bring that topic because, I want you guys to make sound decisions. I want you guys to win in this era. And so many things going on in this hobby that a lot of people are getting tripped up. A lot of people are getting misinformation. And like I said, I'm just going to pump out videos that I know that I'm going to help someone to elevate to the next level. All right. Other than that, that's all I got for today. If you got any questions for me, drop them in the comment section. If you need to hit me up, check out the description down below. You can find me on Facebook, Instagram. All right. Are going to be the most beneficial for you to hit me up on. And without further ado, I want to say thanks for everybody watching. Like, comment, subscribe, share, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Until then, guys, happy investing. Seek out those that are truly investing into this hobby, giving you the information that is going to help you to succeed and make right, sound decisions in this market. And their success will be your success story. So, that said, guys, have a great rest of the day. I'll see you guys in the next video. I am Mike Dabbs, a.k.a. Pokemart TCG. I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.